So, the day has finally come where Dean Withers watches Ethan Klein's content nuke on Hasan Piker. As Dean said to Hasan,
I'll call you out, okay? And I mean that. I will.
No.
I will. I see some fuck shit, you know, I'll do it.
well, it turns out Dean completely withers away into a singular atom sweeping for Hasan. Let's have a streamer by the name of Papa Gut give us a short overview of how this went.
From what I'm hearing, he took it down, only watched part of it, skipped through the parts where Ethan was talking. And this is what we got. He took the live down afterwards. Apparently, people are saying he said it was unprofessional, and he feels like he wants to watch it in full to give the credit it needed, or to give it the attention it needed, to not be disrespectful or something. Fine. To me, it sounds like a young man that's part of that's very within Hasan's orbit, afraid to upset Hasan's fans. This was edited to highlight Dean's reaction. Please watch the content nuke and Dean's stream. Yeah, we can't watch the stream. He took it down. I tried.
So since the stream has been deleted, all we have is this one single precious video of Dean watching the content nuke. It's unfortunate. Dean was planning on setting aside a whole day to go over the nuke.
Will you watch the nuke soon? Yeah, bro. I say that we do a whole day just reacting to the nuke and the nuke alone. H3 reacted to me? Yeah, bro. I saw that.
Well, it's a good thing he saw Ethan's reaction, because Ethan explicitly said to Dean, you really just have to watch the first 25 minutes and you'll get what I'm saying.
But Hasan is lying, being manipulative to funnel people through radicalization. And Dean, again, please just watch the nuke. In the first 25 minutes, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about.
So of course Dean, fully aware, yet boner hungry for clout, starts the video 18 minutes in.
I thought this was a Hasan content nuke.
Feel bad for you guys. Ethan Klein.
Bro, what is this? Can somebody tell me what I'm watching right now? What is on my screen? Okay, so what we're picking up so far, because we kind of started halfway through.
You smelly, yeast-infected axe wound. Dean talked such a big game of I'm gonna be fair, I'm gonna be objective. If I see some fuck shit, I'm gonna call it out. And he starts it 18 minutes in, and he's like, what's going on right now? Can someone tell me what's happening? He's terrified. He's terrified to actually watch it, but he has to watch it. I am not envious of streamers at all in any capacity.
All right, I'm just gonna watch.
And over time, I started to learn that my co-host, he really likes terrorists.
They do musicals. They're very musical people.
Are you being serious?
Dog, what do you... Look! You think I made this?
This isn't music. I know they're singing, but I'm seeing this... This isn't a music video, Hasan.
I don't have an issue with them, let's just say. But they are a terrorist organization. Like, they're designated. They are designated by the American state as a terrorist organization.
I do not like them then.
Well,
he is regarded as a pretty brilliant person in terms of everything that he's done.
Then I saw clips like this where Hasan is explaining how he's hiding his power level to funnel in normies into radicalization.
I think that in the short term, in order to combat against that, you have to advocate for a much lighter form of propaganda. One thing you have to do is advocate for a lighter form, while simultaneously still doing agitated propaganda that goes beyond social democratic idea.
You do your part in the funnel for the cause, or whatever the you want to call it. You're doing, in my modest opinion, a great thing for the cause.
Now listen to Hasan during our very first conversation lie to me about how he's a social democrat to hide his power level.
We should move towards a Sweden-style economy or a Norway-style economy, which would be a social democracy, and protections for workers like higher unionization rates.
Hell, he's proclaimed it loudly that he is a self-described propagandist.
Yeah, he told me that too when he came on my TikTok live. He was straight up W propaganda.
I'm saying I am.
Okay, well then
I'm saying I am.
I just
before
want to
you
put
even play it.
A propagandist is much more than someone with a bias. It's someone who knowingly lies to further their political agenda.
Okay, so first, I'm gonna critique what Hasan just said, as well as I have a critique for Ethan. So first of all, I definitely do think that Hasan being ultra soch, ultra far left.
Chicken or the egg, fellas? Are you already super effeminate and gay when you sweep for communists? Or in order to sweep for communists, do you have to sound like a Zoomer Valley girl? Like, I know that like Hasan is like super, like ultra, like super duper, like very, very soch. He's very soch. I know Hasan's like super soch and like mega far left. You mean like a communist? You woman?
So first of all, I definitely do think that Hasan being like ultra soch, ultra far left, and then like lying like we saw in that clip about like moving towards a Swedish model, or I guess like I don't know, I'd probably specify like telling half truths, because I spoke with Hasan. I know that Hasan does think that we need to head towards a type of Swedish social democrat model, and that's as far as we're going to be able to get in like maybe our lifetimes towards socialism. That is true. That is still like coherent and could align with like a socialist worldview, because it's just steps in the right direction.
This is definitionally grooming. Socialism is illiberal. It's anti-private property. It's extreme. So Hasan is just taking small steps to push people further and further left. Is to this day, do we know of something that's too far left for Hasan? I know he's like ultra mega, like super duper far left. I love how you just get to be super duper far left, but you can't be far right in any capacity. Even being on the right is considered far right. So yeah, he's just far left, and he wants to eradicate liberalism. And I don't even know who Hasan wants in control. I don't even think Hasan knows who he wants to govern him. I don't know who he advocates for. That's how extreme it is. It's utopian.
But I would say that Hasan would be significantly more based in my mind if he was just like a straight up social democrat. You know, if he didn't think that we need to take it one step further and get rid of like government as a whole. Like, that's a little bit too crazy. And I do think that Hasan kind of misrepresenting that a little bit by saying that, you know, he just wants like a social democrat model like we see in like Nordic countries is a misrepresentation. But I don't think that misrepresentation is a big deal at all.
So Dean fully acknowledges Hasan wants to get rid of the government, and everything he's advocating for is in pursuit of his extremist goals. So Hasan is misrepresenting his extremist views in order to push people further and further left into his extremist ideology. You know what they say, scratch a liberal and a communist bleeds. Dean sees nothing wrong with Hasan having Dean face the wall if Hasan gets what he wants. Meanwhile, Dean is cutting his teeth arguing with random right-wingers trying to make them seem extreme. I don't know what's smoother, his brain or his face.
I would love for somebody to convince me that that is a big deal. In my mind, advocating for progression towards a social democrat model is a good thing. That's communism? Yeah. Well, he told me and Parker that he wouldn't be opposed to like a stateless, classless, moneyless society.
You know, a person on the far right told me they wouldn't be opposed to eliminating Jews from the earth. He wouldn't be opposed to it. He's not necessarily advocating for it, even though Dean interprets Hasan's political message as wanting to completely get rid of the government.
If he didn't think that we need to take it one step further and get rid of like government as a whole, like that's a little bit too crazy.
Isn't the left crying about how the right is trying to shrink government, and they're considering that to be dictatorial because shrink down government, then they can control everything? Meanwhile, Hasan wants to completely get rid of government, and that's what he's advocating for, and so he's going to advocate in small steps for it to happen. Isn't it weird how anti-capitalism gives such clout to people?
But then Parker was able to drill him down like a minimal government, but he still said that he wanted to be opposed. So I think that from what I've heard, he's kind of like in between that socialist and communist. I actually don't know where he is.
And there it is, Broninger's communist. I don't quite know what Hasan identifies as politically. He's just one of the largest political streamers in the world. And I don't quite know exactly what his political beliefs are, even though he obviously says what his political beliefs are. I want to bash my face through my keyboard right now.
But I do think that like kind of like the switcheroo,
The old switcheroo.
type of technique of telling some people that you want a social democrat, or being like communist or socialist. It's kind of weird.
Hey, you know.
Stand behind what you want, stand behind what you believe in. But I don't think it's a big deal at all. And then also like here with Ethan saying that Hasan is like that propaganda is like intentionally lying to people. Well, I think that he was able to kind of set that up well by playing the clip of Hasan being like, I want to move towards Sweden and I'm a full-blown propagandist. So then it seems like Hasan is like intentionally lying to people about his like quote unquote power level of how far left he is. And that's why he's a propagandist.
I don't know why you're taking another breath, Dean. You got it. You nailed it. Move on. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Almost forgot to sweep up before you left.
But I'm pretty sure when Hasan calls himself a propagandist, he's just being like hyperbolic, and he's basically just stating that he wants to get as many people as possible to believe in what he says by pushing a certain narrative, not by like intentionally lying. Someone in the chat says, Dean, just stop talking. You're gonna lose tons of followers. Just stop.
Uh-oh. Sounds like someone's being critical of Hasan.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna speak my mind.
I'm gonna speak my mind, girl, okay?
I understand that, you know, there's going to be a lot of people watching that love Hasan and people that hate Hasan, etc. I'm going to speak my mind. You know, it's kind of what the entirety of the existence of my platform is predicated on.
Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people on the planet, dude.
What the?
Why does Dean sound like Hasan just pinched his tit at the bar? In an abusive fit of irony, Hasan is about to go on a legendary tirade about how stupid, useless, and vile liberals are. Which is exactly what Dean is. He's sitting here and he's gonna take it, and no matter how many signs are in front of him, he's gonna ignore them. He's just gonna chase that clout, he's just gonna chase that bag, he's just gonna chase capitalism, and that's why it's so easy to trick them. But we're gonna play a game. I'm gonna replace the word liberal with protected classes and see how this sounds.
What do you mean, Hasan? Okay, all right, you too.
Dude, I hate
blacks.
Dude, I do. I hate them. I hate them so viciously.
Oh man, what is that? What?
Completely demoralized.
Come on.
White boy.
I'm not half bad, Hasan.
No spine.
That's crazy.
Sorry, dude. I hate
Jews
so much.
Did this man sit next to me for 2 years and pretend to be my friend?
Blacks
are a burden on this planet, dude.
Oh my god! Come on! I'm not a burden on this planet. Come on!
Jews
are the most like scummy, vile.
Jesus Christ!
Idiots, liberals.
Oh my god!
Liberals are incredibly stupid and hate these petulant
blacks.
Jesus Christ!
Liberal.
What else is someone this sociopathic capable of?
Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people on the planet.
Was I being manipulated this whole time?
Oh my god, I just feel like I just got like, wow, man. Something just happened to me. There, what the just happened, man? What was that?
Ooh, owie, ow. What's happening to my body? Is it trying to grow a spine so I can defend myself? Ooh. Wait, what is that over there? Is it clout? Is that clout?
You know, I've had a guess. It's out of context. It's all out of context. Hasan doesn't hate me. It's out of context. Okay, actually, one more thing. I feel like, okay, I'm gonna be objective. I actually do feel like Hasan was probably being like hyperbolic with that. Hasan was like probably not telling what he actually thought. The reason why I say that is because Hasan has been kind to me. I'm a liberal. Even like off stream, he's been kind to me.
He sounds like a child that's being groomed. I know you're saying bad things about this man, but this man's been nice to me, so prove that wrong. I'm gonna be objective right now.
So if Hasan like genuinely did hate and despise, he's kind to you because he wants your audience. Yeah, okay. I guess it's like that's like a way to look at the picture. So what? So okay, yeah, it's we're gonna see about a 50. Okay, so there's two possibilities.
Yes, he's being nice to you to manipulate you and gain favor among your younger audience. It's what the content nuke is about. You've heard Ethan Klein tell you just to watch the first 25 minutes and you intentionally didn't do that. You started randomly in the video and then you just heard Hasan completely trashed liberals. And you're like, well, hold on. There's two ways to view this. Let's hear what these two ways are.
That either Hasan is literally grooming me, and those clips weren't out of context.
Okay.
Or like I guess maybe like you wouldn't even need context, and there's just something hyperbolic or false about what he was saying.
So Hasan's thesis is that liberals are stupid and easy to manipulate, and Dean rebuts with, aha, there's two options. Either you're grooming me, or maybe whatever you said was like hyperbolic or whatever. Dude, I'm losing my mind.
Can somebody like download this and edit all of like the parts of Ethan talking out? Like, I would much prefer to be watching a video where I'm just like watching clips of Hasan. Like, Ethan's commentary is just like unnecessary for me. You know what I mean?
Oh, I almost forgot the most fun one. They brought back slavery.
We think the Houthis, Ansar Allah, is doing what Luffy would do.
That lines up with leftist values. All right, so these...
Okay, yeah, if Hezbollah brought back slavery and he's defending Hezbollah, what the hell? Terrible position.
Gosh frickin' Hasan, are you serious? Supporting heckin' slavery? Ridiculous. Way out of line, way out of line. You know, I take a stern stance on not supporting slavery. You're really testing me, Hasan. Old Flickin' His Bean Dean is headed up to here with you. Wait, did you hear that? Is that clout? Hold on, I'll be right back.
Guys are clearly the bad guys. So my question is...
Yeah, sure. Anybody that brings back slavery is clearly the bad guys. Yeah. But I know nothing.
No shit.
About the Houthis. I'm actually going to predicate that on an if-then conditional. If they brought back slavery, then they're the bad guys because slavery is bad.
Oh, you want to see a Houthi musical?
Sure.
These were the people that the Saudis were, by the way, just so you know. These musically gifted.
Okay, so insofar as all the content that would surround Hasan and his takes and considerations concerning the Houthis, I don't know anything about the Houthis. That is one global subject that I'm just simply not educated on at all.
Oh, Dean is stumbling through this one. I love how he drops his vape.
That is one.
Because he's like fiddling nervously under the table. Well, I guess I'm not quite researched on, the Houthis, and I guess I could just do a quick Google search to see that they're terrorists. But let's see what part of this video really bothers Dean.
Now we come to our sweet, beautiful, cute little TikTok twink. This hairless young man is...
Bro, dude. You know, okay. I don't think that it's okay to like call people twinks.
Dean says paused on a Yemeni pirate. LGBTQ people in Yemen face social and legal challenges. Same-sex sexual activity is punishable by death. Well, that's challenging. But hey, Ethan's gotta relax with all this twink talk, am I right?
We're big fans of the Yemeni music videos, you can tell them that. I want to ask him about the knife. The knives are sick. What's up with the knives? You know, the curved knives.
If one of those knives comes out in front of you, it's not going back until it has blood on it.
Oh, okay, my bad. Well, I mean, I think it's cool though.
All right, Dean, think. The DNC has given you all this media training. You can do it. You can sweep. Think of the clout. Think of the clout.
What the?
Here we go. Let's do it.
So far, what I've gathered,
buy some time,
is a couple things. So first and foremost, what came before we got on to
muddy the waters?
Hasan supporting the Houthis, because I feel like there's some.
You confused.
More valuable. Okay, yes. So, him like on liberals. I think that was like antisocial is kind of like weird, honestly. Like that was odd. Now like. I'm curious in learning like the framing of the statements, and like I definitely think it's just like weird for somebody to be like, I hate liberals, they're all so stupid, scum of the earth, I hate them all. Like not like I guess like just like the default on libs is a little antisocial. Now like if I had to guess, he was probably on the libs because of like the institutional democratic support for Israel. If I had to guess the context.
So I think we've sufficiently established that no matter what Hasan says or does, it will be swept for. They'll always try to find a framing or a context that's not there. Like, Dean knows nothing, but if he had to try to make himself know something to not lose any clout and to not harshly criticize Hasan too much, he'd probably make up whatever he just made up, you know? Maybe that's what Hasan meant. But we can feel the clout slipping through his fingers, so he should probably go back to trying to criticize Ethan, right?
Okay, if Ethan did worse, he deserves to be held accountable. If Ethan's done bad things, Ethan deserves to be held accountable. But I'm by no means like a fan of Ethan, nor have I ever watched his content, apart from literally this video.
The execution we will carry out on all Zionists, with the lovely depiction of a man impaled through his ass.
Dean, I am waiting on bated breath.
And out of his mouth with a pike, or how Hasan likes to say it, a pike for a cut. Okay, why would he retweet this article called Houthis use social media to boost global prominence and support? Israel falls. Wait for the new operation in Tel Aviv.
That's crazy.
That's like weird.
How do you feel about that?
Yeah, chat. Can someone tell me how to feel, please?
Like calling for like the public execution via like
right?
Wooden rod through body for all Zionists.
Yeah.
See, me personally, I disagree with that.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, for like individuals carrying out war crimes and innocent people.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Solitary confinement for the rest of their life.
Whoa.
And if they die while they're trying to kill people, I will not give a single.
Wow.
Not a single.
So brave.
But calling for like the deaths of all Zionists.
Probably bad.
I do disagree with that. I think that's pretty gross. And Hasan had this guy on his stream. And this guy is just like calling for like mass death and called him Luffy. Is there a defense to that? Like,
I know what you're thinking right now. You're thinking, Dean, you seem like a guy to look to for advice. What advice do you have for Ethan?
What I would say would be like the best thing for Ethan, like what he should have done instead, is instead of being like, well, obviously he's equivocating, like maybe to people that are not involved and educated on these things, to like lay out the reasons why, and then on top of that, make an argument that even if he wasn't referencing all Jewish individuals, like still yet calling for the public execution of all like Zionist individuals is unjustifiable as well. He did it right before. Okay, if he did, I'm sorry. I'm like seriously brain rotted right now.
You don't say.
It's like everything that I said, every comment that I made, half the chat was like, W take. The other half of the chat was like, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, it's almost like a digital struggle session in your chat.
I think like when you like call all liberals like stupid, dumb, and you like advocate for hate.
Advocate for hate? Yeah, Hasan, you know, when you're advocating for hating people like me.
Well, then all of a sudden you are isolating
from
drawing liberals further to the left.
The goal.
And if your goal as a leftist
is to
draw more people further to the left,
drive them left,
alienating a group of people,
separate them
that
from liberals,
you know, some of which has good intentions
to go left
and believes that what is best for humanity should be the case.
He's a leftist.
Away from your bubble.
It's in the name.
Is antithetical to what you'd want to do in that position.
Well, we can certainly see why Dean deleted the video of his reaction to the Hasan content nuke. Isn't it fascinating how the left calls their opposition Nazis so freely? Yet they do not disavow the most popular political streamer on the left, who is an open communist, that hates liberals. It's almost like the left wants to normalize extremism on their side, while labeling your moderate opposing views as extremist and fascist. If the left's behavior seems really confusing to you, I'll end it here. Let's tie it up in a nice, neat little bow. To the communist, words do not have meaning. They have purpose. Have a good one.